Coach.
You got to bring back the Super Bowl days there.
Hey, did you hear what Coach Lynn said, that I've got to bring back the Super Bowl days since I was here? So now a new era has begun with a whole bunch of new coaches. When you look at just the way that Coach Quinn has assembled the coaches here, how do you see that?
I just think first he wanted to get good people in there, and I love this staff. I've been here for a day and a half, and I can already tell we have something special here in the staff, and now we just have to get the best people on campus and then figure out how we're going to work together.
But Coach, you've been head coach, you've been coaching for a long time, you've got a lot of experiences. What do you think the strengths that you bring to this organization to help move this team along a little faster?
Number one is just being the best that I can be at my job. I think that's the best way to do it. And then if something I've done in the past can help someone now in the future, I mean, that's great. I do have some opinions, but sometimes you have to keep those to yourself.
That you do.
But we'll figure that out, what my role is going to be and how we all going to work together and fit in. Like I say, right now, we're just trying to get to know one another.
And in getting to know the players, which I'm sure you haven't got a chance to do that yet, what is the message when you get ready to meet them that you would want to deliver to them as who you are as a coach, who you are as a person, and just knowing them a little better?
Well, and you just said it. You have to get to know those players, and I'm going to start making calls this evening to the players and just trying to get to know them a little over the phone. If they're in town, take them to dinner, because players don't really care what you know until they know that you care. And so I believe that's when relationships take off, and when that happens, they kind of give you permission to coach them. And I believe that's when players get better, when they do that. Players will be respectful to you, and they'll do whatever you tell them to do, but that doesn't mean they gave you permission to coach them. Because if they don't know you, that's going to be hard to do. You can't talk a certain way and act a certain way if they don't really know you, if there's not a relationship there. I think everything starts with the relationship. And so, if I coach a guy hard one day, he knows that's because I care.
Yeah.
And I want him to be at his very best instead of taking it as an attack. So I think the relationship's got to be there first.
In looking at this roster and you with the running backs and with the offense in general, how do you see this running back group right now? Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson, we're not for sure if he'll be here, but right now with the guys you've got here right now, their styles and understanding, what you've got right now.
I like what we have right now. I love to have Antonio back or whatnot, but we'll see how that works out. But like I said, I looked at Brian coming out of college. I thought he was one of the best power runners coming into the game with soft hands and his abilities to pick up and pass pro. I thought was excellent. So, we have some work to do. I like more versatility out of backs in the backfield, but that doesn't mean he can't do it. It just means that that's not how they chose to use him last year. So we're going to get the guys on campus. We're going to practice. We're going to get a real good idea of what these guys can do and can't do, and then we're going to put them in the best positions to be successful.
What kind of coach are you?
I hope a winning coach.
Hey, I already told Coach I'd won Super Bowls with the team. Hey, Coach, you didn't need me to rub off on you?
You can rub all you want. I've got a couple rings myself, but I'll take another one.
Yeah. And that's the key thing is that coming from a area where you won Super Bowls, that helps with the process a lot even more, right?
Yeah, because you understand the grind that it takes to get there, and it's a process, and it's day by day, and it's you showing up every day trying to be the best version of yourself, and that's easier said than done. And so you have to coach the mental side of this game as well as the physical.
Yeah. When you were winning the Super Bowls and everything, what was the formula? What were some of the things that stuck with you about those championship runs?
The locker room. It was a brotherhood in the locker room that Dan Quinn preaches about all the time. And when you have that brotherhood and guys are playing for one another and they hate to not have success because they don't want to disappoint their teammates, then you're going someplace, That's the culture that you want. And I'm not saying that culture's not here, but I just know what Dan's going to bring to the table.
And talk about Kingsbury as the offensive coordinator.
He's a stud. I've known Cliff for a long time. We played at the same school, and so we've always stayed in touch. And just having this opportunity to work with him and to be there for him and give him advice if he asks, at certain times, that's pretty cool. And just because of the relationship again.
Yeah. Does it make it easy, the fact that you got the coaches here that are familiar with each other, that you can hit the ground running?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the competitive advantage right there. It's just, a staff that's somewhat so familiar with one another and so experienced that, I just think we're going to gel and our chemistry is going to be good, and that's a good start.
NFC East. You know about the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys, the Washington Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles, the Giants.
I just know about the Dallas Cowboys because
that's
who we had to beat at the 49ers. I really don't know the rest of the NFL. Well, I should say that the Eagles as well. We had the Eagles last couple of years. We've played them. But I know it's a very competitive division. Washington was close last year.
Not close enough, Coach.
Not close enough. Not close enough. Philly been there. Cowboys are right there. It's a tough division. The Giants, right there, playoffs. So, yeah, it's a tough division. But you wouldn't want it any other way, because if you come out of here, just how good you are.
Now, y'all heard that. Coach Lynn said he's bringing the winning back to the Commanders. He knows about the Cowboys. He knows about the Eagles.
Hold up, now don't put words in my mouth.
Oh, I said that. I said that for the coach. I'm speaking into existence, Coach. I'm just speaking it.
I like that. I like that.
You got to be speaking it, Coach, because if you don't speak it, you won't believe it, right?
Yeah, but you can speak it to yourself.
He said, "Be
silent." You don't have
silent."
to be on nobody's headline.
You heard that. It won't be on our headlines.